haven't talked about me for a while. I feel like so many things are happening so fast that I can barely tell what my own emotions are. So I thought it would be nice to just take a video and go through the factors that are affecting the state of my mind. And hopefully this will be therapeutic in some way. And also it's kind of nice since this will be the 10th vlog that I'm uploading. It's sort of like a anniversary in a way. So the student film that I was the director and editor for is finished. I believe I mentioned it on one of my last vlogs, but it's finished now. It's been finished for quite a while. It will eventually be posted on YouTube. It's not right now. We still have to export it and well, yeah, when I say finished, I'm using that term loosely because like it was shown in our little theater on campus, but it still has lots of work that needs to be done. We're probably going to go back and re-record all the dialogue just like in studio, and we have to export it in a different way because the format got kind of messed up, and so once we do that, it will be posted on YouTube. There will be DVD copies that I will be giving away at my own discretion, I guess. And hopefully there will even be like a nice DVD copy that has like you know, a menu and a blooper reel, which I still have to edit, and even maybe like a cast and crew commentary if we can rustle that up. That would be awesome. I'd love to do that. I think that would be lots of fun. But, you know, aside from stuff like that, the film is done. Like, it's behind us, in a way, you know. And so, you know, it's a very strange thing because, you know, think of what that means. I have finished a film. I mean, it's a student film. It's not like a Hollywood production. But, you know, it was nice. It was made using professional equipment. You know, we had lighting kits and you know, a cameraman and, you know, credits and billing and that sort of thing. And, you know, professional editing software. We used Avid, the program that Avatar was edited on. Just knowing that is a little bit cool. So, you know, it's something serious. It's something I would say professional. And it looks good. Like, it's obviously a student film, but it looks good. Like, it's something that I'm proud of, that I would show pretty much anyone and be like, hey, look, I directed this. And a year ago, if I told myself where I was now, I wouldn't be able to imagine how that would feel. And I can barely tell you how it feels now because, you know, I understand that something great is behind me, but I see so much more in my future that I can hardly comprehend how good I have it right now. So it's a very strange feeling being right here, and I get the feeling that this is what it'll be like for the rest of my life. It's a very particular emotion, somewhere between anxiety and hope, I guess, that, you know, it's interesting. I also, based on my participation in the last film, was recommended to a sort of a professional, you know, young filmmaker. You know, he's doing his own small stuff, but you know, more professional in a way than I am, to work with him by the professor of this of the course that I was in, and so I didn't get to work with him on the 48-hour film project, which was what I was originally invited to. I can post a link to that below, but I did get to help him yesterday and last weekend. On a short film project that he was writing and directing, and it's so interesting now to like be a part of this world. Like, I can be working with someone who I barely know, and on a project that I have no emotional attachment to, just working on it because I'm a person who does that now. And it's so weird that like this is what I do now, but you know, it kind of is. And oh yeah, it's lots of fun. It's lots of fun to work on. It's very interesting seeing what other people's work ethics are like, and you know, how they work and plan, and just working with new people and getting to know them. It's a very interesting experience, and I think it's a great growing experience. And of course, it's stuff to put on your resume, even if that's all you care about. And on top of that, I actually took on a new movie project. it was originally like everyone in the course uh, was going to be working on it, and they still are pretty much in some capacity. But right now, it's mainly me and my one friend uh, who are working on this movie. He came up with this really good idea, and with friends, we sort of molded it and worked on it, and it has evolved a lot. And I'm working on writing the screenplay, and I'm planning to actually direct it. And it's much longer than the last movie I made. The last movie is about 13, 14 minutes total. This is probably going to be somewhere around 25 to 30 or even more minutes. And so it's a much bigger project. We actually have just about the whole drama department in mind for casting. And he's a good friend of the drama department, so it's not like this is unrealistic. Like, we have the whole drama department in our heads cast to some extent. I'm pretty sure they're all interested. So this is going to be very fun and very hard work. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's not done by Christmas. So that will come when it comes. Hopefully there'll be some sort of promotional material that I can show you in not too many months. But that's set to start in not too many weeks, like 2 weeks tops. We're going to start filming. And the script isn't even done yet. Like, it went through so many revisions. It was supposed to be last Friday. Today, I'm filming this right now on Thursday. It was supposed to be last Friday that we had the final draft. Well, we ended up showing it to friends, and they had all these new ideas, so now we're changing it around, and it's very stressful. I don't know where I'm going to get the time to write it. This is what I'm doing instead of writing. So, so yeah, that's what's on my plate right now. But it's going to be loads of fun, loads of hard work, and hopefully we can get lots of people to help with it because we'll need it. But, yeah. And on top of that, I have my own pet project, which is being majorly pushed back, unfortunately. The Gosner Plan, which I'm sure most of you have heard of by now. There's actually concept art up on my blog, which hopefully you have seen or will visit. Link in description, of course. Which actually, since I'm working on a movie which has many of the actors who I hope to work with as voice actors on that project, I'll be working with them in this movie that we have planned, which will probably start and be almost finished before I have barely started this project in earnest. Hopefully that will ferment. I just said ferment my relationship. Cement my relationship with these actors, and really make it more likely that it will happen at all. But I figured out this week that I am roughly 40% done with just getting a first draft of the scripts of the first season of this show done. Which, I mean, 40% of a season, that's not bad. But it's not done at all. So what I'm thinking is that I just have to pick one production block, probably the last, actually, because that involves the most actors, and focus on writing that. Unfortunately, there's not too much done of that one. There's a good bit done, but it'll need some serious work. I just have to work on that and focus on getting that done this year. And then, with luck, I'll be able to do the others not too long after that. Hopefully I'll have the swing of things down. And at this point, I just want the audio done. Like, animation is light years away. I have no idea what's going to come up. I just have to keep networking and trust in God and hope that it comes to me. So as you can imagine, with all these crazy creative things going around, I mean, I love it. I love doing stuff like this. If I could do stuff like this for the rest of my life, with, you know, maybe a little bit more money behind me and more experience and more connections, you know, I would be a happy businessman. But I'm sure you can imagine the kind of creative pressure that it causes. And not only that, but I'm also trying to hold up this YouTube channel and post vlogs like this, and also eventually stuff that's creative stuff that's completely unrelated to all that other stuff I talked about, and also my blog, which I would hope ideally I'd be writing things on it that were again unrelated to any of the stuff that I mentioned. Whether that will happen soon or later, or just keep struggling on as it is. I have managed to post some things that aren't just concept art or copy pasted out of my college courses, my papers. But I would like to post much more like discussions on pop culture and that sort of thing that I really enjoy. And speaking of college, that's another thing. Though I've been, essentially enrolled in college for 2 years now, I've been taking it part-time with high school. I just now actually graduated this year, and I will be entering college full-time. So even though I've sort of been doing it for a while, it's still kind of a scary thing, because I've been taking at most 2 courses at any one time, 2.5 arguably, 3 at the most. Now I'll be taking 4 courses at one time. Luckily, they're not super hard courses. I don't want to jinx myself by saying that, but not sciences, at least. I'm not taking chemistry and botany and biology all at the same time, which would have been a nightmare. I'm pretty glad I changed my major. I think I'm satisfied with that decision, from biology and philosophy to communications and philosophy. I think it is a much better fit. So essentially what my schedule looks like for the fall is 4 college courses, working on a movie, working on finishing the last movie, like, doing the ADR and the formatting and all that sort of thing, getting it on DVDs and getting it to as many people as possible, getting it some exposure, hopefully, working with my producer, Ned Burry, YouTube channel in the description. That, also working on this new movie that I'm taking on, also working on the Gosner Plan, my pet project, also working on my friend Ned Burry's, my producer, his senior thesis, which will be a feature-length film. Working on him with that. I might be the director on that as well. Let's see, what else? I might be in a play again. I think that's... People are telling me I shouldn't, and I'm starting to think that they're right, but I just feel like it's so much fun, and it's really important to stay in that sort of sphere. So I think I might, even if I just try to get a small part, I think I might at least try out and see what happens. Oh, and on top of all that, I'm going to try to hold down a job on campus, which which may or may not be fun. So yeah, all that stuff. Oh my goodness, this is going to be the busiest semester / year / next 4 years of my life. So all that stuff aside, let's just talk about friends, because this is something else that is definitely a factor on the state of my mind. Let me just tell you that I've made more friends in the past 2 years than people I've known, basically, of my whole life before that. So, known in any serious capacity. So, the first question is, like, are all those friends, like, real friends? Like, one of my vlogs was like, are your friends real? That's sort of commentary on what I'm thinking right now. Because it's like, I've made so many friends, both, like, younger than me, like in high school, and who, are about my same age, and, like, these guys who I'm working with on films who are significantly older than me. Like, my one partner, Anthony, is 10 years older than me, like a solid decade. And, that's a big difference. So, I know all these people, adults even. I'm making friends with adults, making connections with these people. And it leads me to think, like, can I really sustain all these relationships? Are they, are they real? Do they matter? Am I doing my part? Like, I almost feel irresponsible for being in so many relationships with people. I almost feel this strange tension between trying to remain connected to the people who I've met, who I know, and some of them I really truly do love, and I want to get to know them better. And also, uh, I'm trying to make new friends in like these areas that are important in you know, not just filmmaking, but in the whole creative academic milieu. So all of this has sort of got me wondering, like, do I know too many people? Because you know, the position I'm in is so totally different than anything else in the first 16 years of my life. It really is. And so I just have to keep telling myself that no, it's not possible that I know too many people, because love transcends social limitations. It transcends my own human weaknesses. It can touch all of those people. It truly can. And that's why I believe, and that's why I have to keep telling myself. Now let's talk about girls. It had to happen. Here's the thing. Uh, where I used to live, and I know I keep making these comparisons to where I used to live, but look, I lived in the same place for the first 16 plus years of my life. So that's not nothing. That's what shaped me as a person. So where I used to live, there were simply not many people who I could see myself marrying. I mean, you know, first of all, you know, I'm Catholic. You know, I would prefer very much to marry a Catholic wife, someone of my own faith. And there simply weren't many Catholics in my area. And, you know, let alone Catholics who valued the things that I value. So that's where it was. Now I live in Steubenville, Ohio, where, you know, there's Catholics out the wazoo, and, you know, many of them are homeschooled, and many of them are very interesting, and many of them, you know, are attractive females. And so, I'm just saying. And so, I'm, I'm getting this overload. Like, there are so many eligible people. Yeah, uh, so it's really the exact opposite problem. And I have to say that being overexposed has made me picky. So while, you know, any one of all of these people would be, you know, a godsend back where I used to live. But now that there's so many people all in one place and I can't really get to know any one of them very well at any one time, I feel like I don't know what to do. And I know I'm young. It's not like I'm getting married tomorrow or this year or even in the next 5 years. I don't know. But it's so hard not knowing. Like, you know, there's some reassurance when you can look around and say, there's no one here who I would want to marry, or, you know, maybe one or two people who maybe possibly. There's some reassurance in that, like, okay, I kind of know what's going on. When there's literally dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of eligible people, you don't know what to do. And I have to keep telling myself that, look, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And I just need to keep looking ahead and doing what I know I have to do, and that will lead me to whoever I'm supposed to be with. So that's just an idea of what's been going on in my head for, you know, at least the past month or two, if not a while. Um, it's so hard communicating effectively. It's so hard getting your thoughts and your emotions and putting them on paper, let alone this space between me and the camera. It's so hard doing that. I probably haven't done it very well. Hopefully you have some idea. Hopefully I'll be able to do it better. Hopefully when I have something a lot more specific to talk about, I will be able to do that. Even my last vlogs, which sort of have like a theme to them, they're not very specific at all. And I would like to start making much more specific vlogs, whatever that means. I hope you are having a beautiful week. I hope you'll check out the links below, hit subscribe, like, all that stuff that I hate telling you, if you want to. And I also hope that you'll stay tuned, because I might have just a little tiny thing special on this channel coming up soon. And something different at the very least. It may be total shit, but we'll see what happens. And love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Good night and God bless.